Yeah, so originally I didn't actually think about, recording a video, but honestly, I just feel like I've made a breakthrough that honestly, it feels like I just need to record this moment. So, yeah. So what I found out is how to find the bias or like the trend that I want to trade for the day. Basically, how it works is well, first I learned it from Adriel from his how to find daily bias video. Basically, just go on the time frame above the liquidity sweeps. So, for example, here are the time frames, right? We got 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, right? If I'm trading 15-minute liquidity sweeps, which I am, I'm gonna find the trend on the 1 hour, right? If I'm trading daily liquidity sweeps, I would look for the trend on the weekly. It works like that, right? For example, 5 minute liquidity sweeps, and like I'm entering on 30 second, on the 30-second time frame, I'm entering. If I'm trading 5 minute liquidity sweeps, I'm going to find the trend on the 15 minute. So, hopping on to, for example, I have a nice little example here on Nasdaq. Right now, I don't actually have an idea if this works consistently. I just have figured it out like a few minutes ago, and I'm just so happy right now. Okay, well, here, right, you can see, this is market open. Let me mark it out, right? So basically, I'm trying to trade a scenario 2 where it is basically a liquidity sweep, right? So the most recent breakout structure on the time frame above the liquidity sweeps. So basically, the 1 hour for me, right? And what I see is this. This is the most. Ignore the open, right? Ignore the open. This is a high, and it gets closed above. This is a breakout structure. So my bias slash trend that I want to trade in for this session is bullish, right? So I'll hop onto the 15 minute, and I'm just going to be waiting for 15-minute liquidity sweeps to happen. So here we have session open, and we have a lot of lows, right? We have a lot of lows, right? You can mark every one of them, but it doesn't like give a reversal yet. So off the 15 minute, where are we entering? Two time frames below that, right? So it's a 1 minute. Off the 1 minute, we just wait for two breaker structures, right? So here we have breaker structure number one, a high followed by a down candle, like an up candle, down candle. That's a high. It gets closed above. That's one breaker structure. Okay, we move on. We have another high. Okay, a high, up candle, and then a down candle, right? This is a high. Now, if there's a something like this happens where it makes a new high like this, yeah, just go ahead, mark it out, right? But the thing is, you do not want to be taking breaker structures like this, right? Below the the high, right? You don't want to take stuff like that. So one breaker structure, and then what? Two breaker structures, right? Two breaker structures. Boom, big money, right? So now here we're looking to enter the moment this second breaker structure opens, no finishes, right? Second breaker structure finishes. And then I'm just gonna enter on the high because that's how I want to do it. I want to trade the retracement, and I don't want to market order because of spreads, right? So how stop loss is gonna work is basically uh, after after the breaker structure. So basically, after this close or this open, right? We want to find the most recent bearish candle. Okay, so it would be this one. This is the most recent bearish candle. Mark out that low. Now, what Ariel does, my mentor, he just puts a stop right here, right? He enters in, right? Puts a stop right here, targeting 1 to 2 or whatever, or like his, his target, right? What I found out from my back testing is I call it the S2 reversal rule, or like the reversal stop loss, right? Basically, you find that bearish candle, right? And all you want to do is just find a swing pattern, like a swing point, just a 3 candle pattern where the middle wick is longer than the 2 wicks before and after it, right? And that is your stop loss, right? So this bearish candle, right? The swing point or the swing low before that, which would be here. You see? Middle candle is lower than the candle before and after it. This is the swing low, and that is what I normally put as my stop loss even in backtesting. And I've backtested this strategy like 2 months or so, and I'm pretty confident in this rule, right? So basically after that, sorry, let me just, after that, yeah, so go ahead, enter in, right? Follow the stop loss rules. Okay. Put on the swing low before the bearish, like this bearish candle, the recent bearish candle before the break. Find the swing low below before it. Okay. All you want to do, target 1 to 2. That's all we want to do. Target a 1 to 2 RR. Right, and just don't put on break even. Just let it run. Because we're trading with a trend, and that's how the strategy works. So, that's what I've kind of figured out from just messing around, and honestly, it makes so much sense, right? And we also have it like in real time right here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just mark this out, right? It's in real time. I marked this. You saw that alert, right? That alert was basically my entry. Not an entry, but like I was just messing around, right? So here you are on the 1 hour, right? This is where I want to find my bias, my trend. So, what is the most recent break of structure? High, up candle, down candle. This is the high, and it gets closed above, right? If you don't understand break of structures or like highs and how they work, go ahead and watch Adriel. He will probably explain it better. So that is my bias, right? My bias is bullish, right? Just the most recent break of structure. Okay, now we hop on into session open, which is 9:30. This candle. All I want to do is find a 15-minute liquidity sweep towards the bullish side, right? Just a 15-minute liquidity sweep. Okay, and we have these things marked out. You hop onto the 1 minute, right? 1 minute. I'm gonna look for my reversal pattern on here, right? So price takes both liquidities. I'm just gonna take one, right? Where's our first break of structure? Boom, right? First break of structure. Did it break this Did it break this high? No, it didn't, right? And it takes out this low. Now the counts are reset. We're gonna look for 2 more break of structures again. Here, that's a break of structure, and then here, this is a break of structure. That is our entry, right? We enter on here, and at least that's how I want to do it. And so you want to find the most bearish candle, the bearish candle or the down candle before the break, which would be this. Now my mentor, Adriel, puts his stop loss here. What I figured out from my backtesting, we just want to find the swing low before that, right? So just the swing low before that, it would be this one, right? The candle in the middle is lower than the one before and after it. That is our stop loss. Boom, right? And now we just target at 1 to 2. Now I don't actually know if this is gonna work out because, of course, I have not backtested this strategy or anything. I only just thought about it and like figured it out kind of. So yeah, that is probably gonna be my strategy, because it kind of does make sense for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead backtest this way more, and this is just like a little update video because this is day 2. I want to record at least 1 video a day. So yeah, here we are, just another example, right? Most recent break of structure would have been a high, right? It would have been bullish, right? But then price makes a low and it breaks here during like open session, right? So here we're now bearish, like, okay, our bias has switched bearish, and you can see here even so, like, we were still bullish, right? We were still bullish. Would I have traded any liquidity sweeps to the upside? Let's see. I don't believe we would have. Let's just see. I can just check, right? I wanted a 1 because I don't want to like fake this shit in hindsight or anything. So let's just mark out the 10. This is where the bearish break of structure happens. 10 a.m. There we go. So let's just see if we can get 2 break of structures to the upside. No. So we don't have a reversal pattern. So no, right? And now our bias has switched what? Bearish. Because why? The 1 hour the most recent breakout structure on the 1 hour is lower, right? It's a bearish trend now. So I want to be trading 15-minute liquidity sweeps to the downside. That's what my target is, right? So here, stuff like that. I want to take price lower. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for this little update video. Ain't got much today, but I'm just kind of happy I figured this little thing out. I'm probably gonna backtest this like hella gonna backtest this and see if I can improve my win rate or anything. Maybe I'll put on break-even rules and stuff, but currently I don't really know how to feel about break-even. Kind of hate it because, well, no, I don't hate it, but it's just kind of, during backtesting I get like 5 break-evens in a row or something, and I just lose 5 times in a row. Yeah, I don't like that. So yeah. Is this perhaps anything? Probably not. Okay, whatever. I'll go back test this way later, but yeah, that's pretty much the strategy. Just find 1 hour breaker structure, most recent, and you can see this one didn't break lower, so we are still bullish. And just find a 15-minute liquidity sweep to like in line with the bias or the trend that I want to be trading with. Just find 2 breaker structures up, and then just follow the entry and the S2 or scenario 2 stop loss rules. That's it. I'll probably record like a video or something showing what happened about this trade. Currently I don't think this thing's gonna win. Why? I have no idea. I have like trauma just fucking watching these charts go like right about here and then I've seen that shit so many times. I'm just scared of it. But yeah, price broke structure twice lower. That is not a good sign. Usually not. So price is definitely bearish on the 1 minute. Let's see if the trend and my liquidity strategy will hold up though. So yeah. With that, thank you all for watching. This was just a pretty simple video, and pretty happy because I kind of feel like I've found a way to filter out the trend and find ways to trade objectively and not subjectively type stuff. So yeah, also you remember like in the last video, like around the 40 or 50-minute mark, it was just going up and down and up and down between liquidities. I didn't know which trend to trade, right? But now I have a clear cut way of finding the trend, and I'm pretty happy. So yeah, see y'all next video, I guess.